series against the Brewers. Game 2 of a 9-game homestand here at Daikin Park. Brewers winning last night in 10 innings, 5-4. If you can't tell, it is Star Wars afternoon here at Daikin Park. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Blummer, you said that was one of those games you slam your trunk afterwards. Thankfully, it's a quick turnaround with a dig in to try and get better.
Yeah, fortunately, the Astros have been playing good baseball, and they did play well enough to win yesterday. A couple of things didn't go their way, but that's why you keep showing up every day.
One thing that did go their way is some swings from Cam Smith at our HEB power play presented by HEB. Cam is getting it done.
Yeah, he is getting it done. He's been swinging the bat well of late. In the last 9 games, he's 11 for his last 33. Has 4 extra base hits, including a home run last night. But we've seen that power potential. We've seen him hit balls at 400-plus feet with regularity. He is a true 5-tool player. It's just a matter of putting it all together and becoming more consistent. And that's why the Astros consistently put him out there in right field. He is an A-plus defender. The bat is starting to come around a little bit, and TK, the numbers bear out all that information.
Yeah, for number 11, let's look at those last 11 games. 324 average, 945 OPS, the outs above average for the season, as good as anybody for the corner outfielder, and he's also got 8 defensive run saves. He has the entire package, as Blummer said. How about today's starter for the Astros, Peter Lambert?
Yeah, Peter Lambert's been a mainstay in that rotation and been very good, too. You can see the average against him overall is 200, and when you have a sub 300 slugging percentage against you, that means you're doing a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's also been fantastic against left-handed hitters this season, holding them to a 138 batting average, and it's not the changeup that suppresses him. The fastball is his best pitch against left-handed hitters.
Lambert on the mound for the Astros, Brandon Sproat on the mound for the Brewers. Here's what we'll be talking about during the broadcast. The defense has been outstanding, especially the month of May. Jeremy Pena back off the IL, getting in the groove. And when we come back, Lauren Callender will tell us about Alan Santa's first week in the big leagues. It was a lot going on.
Baseball and SCHN. Lauren Callender here with you, getting you set for Game 2 between the Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers. Alan Santa made his Daikin Park debut last night. He's the focus of our Toyota Get Out and Play. It has been a whirlwind of a week for the 23-year-old. Santa was immediately put to work in Chicago, the veteran, sending him along with the other rookies on a coffee run in the Windy City. He told me today that it really was such a cool experience, and if the vets ask him, he'll do it again. And then, of course, later on in the trip, in his historic Major League debut, he closed out that combined no-hitter in Arlington. And back in Houston, after that performance, Christian Vasquez had a gift waiting for him, and he wore it proudly last night, his new pink hat and backpack. Then, of course, he was called upon again in extras last night. He told me he was so proud that Joe Espada called on him in that moment back in Arlington to close out that no-hitter, and seeing his teammates celebrate him gave him all the confidence in the world. In regard to that pink hat and backpack, he was wearing the backpack again today, and he told me, you know what, I wore it in the bullpen, and I might wear it every day from now on. So we'll see if he sports that pink cowboy hat in the dugout. But overall, he told me how happy he is to be here and wants to give this team 100% every day. We're going to take a quick break here. TK and Blummer keep things going before first pitch, talking about this big series against the NL Central leading Brewers. We'll be right back.
Astros Baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Daily in Black. Has your home or business been denied, delayed, or underpaid by your insurance company? Call Daily in Black for your free consultation. Inside Daikin Park on Star Wars afternoon, our first 3:10 start of the season here in Houston as the Astros get ready to take on the Milwaukee Brewers.
This is how the Brewers are going to line up. They've got a good lineup. We're going to highlight Jackson Churio's young outfielder for the Milwaukee Brewers. Exciting talent. Hit a home run last night. And against the Astros overall in his career, he's hitting .292 with an .829 OPS. But he is a good young talent, very similar to Cam Smith.
They're going to go against Peter Lambert today. Churio, one of the 2 Brewers who has not faced Lambert. He's seen them a couple of times in his career, once as a starter, once as a reliever. That was last in 2024 facing Milwaukee. You see his numbers on the season, making his 8th start as an Astro. He's done a nice job lately, especially giving them length He has gone on average more than 6 innings per start in his last 4. The earned runs the last 3 outings have been a little higher, with 11 earned runs his last 3. But Lambert has done a good job keeping the Astros in games since he made his Astros debut on April the 17th. Ready to go on a Saturday, and we are underway at Daikin Park with a first pitch strike to Christian Yelich. Yelich ended up scoring the game-winning run in the 10th inning yesterday as the unearned runner against the Astros, Alan Santa. In the 10th inning, he advanced on a fly ball, scored on a fly ball, and Santa had a 1-2-3 10th and continues to be perfect in his first 3 innings. I heard Lauren Callender document his journey here in the big leagues in the first week. It's been fun to watch how calm and poised Santa has been early on.
And we knew about the stuff. Now we've seen him in some pressure situations, and he has performed admirably in those situations.
Not sure many guys are going to debut in a no-hitter followed by an extra inning game where the game's on the line.
Yeah, he's nothing but leverage.
So Yelich with a 2-1 count. Christian has the highest swing percentage on the Brewers, and it's not that high. It's only 47.5%. Consider this: the Astros have 4 guys in their lineup that are over 50% swing percentage. So the Brewers just not a team that hack a lot, but of those, Yelich has the highest swing percentage. Takes a pitch down and in. It's 3-2. Yelich missed 23 games this year with a groin injury, now playing in his 27th game for the Brewers. Punches one over the head of Paredes. It was perfectly placed between Paredes and Pena as it just got over the head of Isak.
Today's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy. And I'm not sure if I'm going to admire that or be upset about it. That thing landed perfectly over the head of Isak and just in front of Jeremy. That was amazing.
How did he do that?
Right?
You can admire it with frustration.
I did.
I mean, that was unreal.
Yeah, Lambert makes his pitch, and what looked like there was going to be a play on it was not.
So here's Jackson Chourio. Chourio got the Brewers back in the game last night with a 2-run home run. Hit it up by the home run pump. The first home run allowed this year by Kai-Wei Tang on the sweeper. That made it a 4-3 game. Brewers were tied at 4 in the 8th and win it 5-4 in the 10th. Brewers have won now 4 games in a row and have a record of 34-20. There's a strike as called by Eric Bacchus, the home plate umpire. It's 1-2. Lambert now with 4 of his last 5 starts coming here at home. He did pitch once on that road trip, the Astros 10-game trip. He pitched in Chicago. Helped beat the Cubs 8-5 that day. This ball flied to right field, drifting towards the stands. Cam Smith has room and puts it away. Chourio retired for the first out on a ball that just stayed in play on the right field line. The Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Working with Peter Lambert today is Christian Vasquez. The Astros have a great record when Vasquez starts behind the plate. On the infield, Isak Paredes and Jeremy Pena on the left side. Braden Shoemake getting the start at second base along with Christian Walker. Taylor Trammell, Jake Myers, and Cam Smith are your outfielders. Astros are 18-12 when Vasquez starts behind the dish. First pitch is off the plate to Bryce Terang. Terang has a career home run against Lambert. It came against Peter in 2023 on a curveball. He's 2 for 3 with a home run and a walk against Lambert. Tap slowly, one big hop to Christian Walker. He'll take the out at second. Pena knew they had no chance, so he just caught the ball and sidestepped the sliding Christian Yelich for out number 2.
Ball not hit very hard. You'll see it on our matches from Supermo. Rolled over to Christian, just secures it, makes a nice strong throw to get at least that lead out.
Now William Contreras will bat with 2 outs and a runner on first. Mentioned the Brewers starting the day 34-20. They are 16-4 in their last 20 games. So since May the 6th, they have the best record in all of baseball, including a 4-game winning streak starting the day. Pitches into Contreras, 1-0. William, the younger brother of the major league playing Contreras brothers. Wilson, his older brother, now first baseman, former catcher. Vasquez is going to challenge that one.
The catcher's challenging.
Vasquez caught it, expecting to hear strike, didn't hear strike, and he's challenging here. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Christian has really improved the percentages as the year has gone on. He started out slow, but he's been hot lately.
He's doing a very good job. They're confident calls, too.
One and one the count to the opposing catcher Contreras, who's very good at challenging pitches. That one's up high for a ball. It's 2-1. Contreras has the most overturns of any catcher. He has been the most aggressive catcher this year in terms of challenging calls by the home plate umpire.
I think a lot of it has to do with where these catchers set up, understanding where the plate is.
Ball hit down the left field line, and it is going to be foul. Count evens up at 2. That ball hit well to the left. Taylor Trammell back on it. It's over his head and off the wall. Heading to third is Terang. He's going to be waved home. Jeremy Pena's throw is going to be not quite in time. That'll be an RBI double by Contreras. His team leading 34th RBI of the year. It's 1-0 Brewers.
Man, he put a really good swing on this changeup. Stayed back on it nicely. Down in the zone, but Contreras recognizing it and staying through it. Hits that ball well enough to get it over the head of Taylor Trammell, and even with a very good relay from Trammell to Pena, Terang scores easily. With 2 outs, you usually break on the swing, and Terang got a great jump.
Yeah, that definitely helped, the fact that there were 2 outs, because he didn't have to worry whether Trammell would catch it or not. There's a strike to Jake Bauers. It's 0-1. Jake making his 44th start of the year, the first time starting in right field this season for the Brewers. Takes a pitch off the plate. It's 1-1. Bauers is the team leader in home runs for Milwaukee. He's got 8 on the year. It's been hot here in the last month or so, hitting at a .320 clip his last 27 games. Mentioned the Brewers don't chase a lot of pitches. Jake Bauers amongst the leaders on the team. He and Garrett Mitchell, who hits number 7 today. They chase the fewest of the 9 in the starting lineup, under 20% chase rate. Goes after that one, and that'll be a strikeout for Lambert, who gets through the first but does allow a run on a couple of hits. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Is presented by Whataburger, and they're back to normal after a day off. Jeremy Pena gets back to the top. He is a spark plug in this offense, getting these guys going. Jordan, Christian, Taylor, Isak, Cam, Braden, Jake, and Christian are the rest of your Astros.
They'll be facing the 25-year-old Brandon Sproat, who faces the Astros for the first time in his career. You can see what he has done so far this year. 8 starts, 2 out of the bullpen. The guy from Pace, Florida High School, went to University of Florida and was drafted in the 2nd round by the Mets and traded on to the Brewers in a big deal with Milwaukee. Now facing the Astros on this middle game of a 3-game series, and he misses wide to Jeremy Pena. Sproat has not gone very deep in his May starts. 5 1/3 is his longest outing, and he has averaged less than 5 innings in his 4 starts, as Jeremy Pena has a 2-0 count. Sproat debuted with the Mets last year on September 7th and made 4 starts for New York. And he has missed on his first 3 to Pena. Pena reached in the 10th inning of the game, or in the 9th inning of the game last night as a pinch hitter. The Astros would have the bases loaded and 1 out, could not walk off the game in the bottom half of the 9th. Jeremy takes a strike here. It's 3-1.
Pitch just catching the bottom of the UT-MD Anderson strike zone at 97. It's a good live arm. It can be a little erratic for Sproat.
Now he's back to a full count after being behind 3-0. A lot of walks in those starts in May. That's what Blummer was referring to. He's averaged 3 walks a start in his 4 May starts. 18 innings, 12 walks. This ball popped in the air into shallow right. Coming on, Bauers has time to make the catch. And there's 1 away in the inning.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Clouds, going to show you the arsenal for Brandon Sproat. A lot of sinkers and cutters, and he'll mix in that 4-seam fastball. Also has the breaking ball. Doesn't use a sweeper or changeup all that much. With the batting average on those 2 most used pitches close to 300. Just right around 96, 97 on that fastball.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. He gets a fastball, and he sends it deep to left field, all the way back to the bullpen wall, and it's off the glove of Jackson Chourio. Yordan is going to end up at second base with a double. His team-leading 12th double of the year. Looked like Chourio got back there and couldn't put it away.
Good job by Yordan staying on this pitch. It was 95 up. It kind of brings the hands in early and shoots it out there to left, and Chourio jumping and clanking. He couldn't believe that kicked off his glove, but looked very catchable.
I think because he had to jump for it, they're going to give him a double on that. And that's a play that he would normally make. The Brewers did not play stellar defense yesterday.
No.
An error by Luis Rengifo and a potential double play ball, and then an error by Joey Ortiz, who was on late in that game on a catchable throw by Jake Bauers at first. There's Christian Walker now with Yordan on second base and 1 out. Walker leads the team with 40 runs batted in. And he sends one to center field pretty deep, sending Mitchell all the way back. Yordan will be able to trot into third base. He'll tag and head to third. And he'll slide just to stop his momentum. He's there with 2 outs.
Couple of hard-hit baseballs back-to-back by Jordan and Christian. Both of them fastballs at the top of the zone.
Yeah, the fastball has played this year. You mentioned 96, 97 average. 5 for 30 is what hitters are in at-bats that end with a fastball.
Wow.
But he's usually right around the plate. He's a guy that has given up some first pitch home runs. Jordan almost got him for his 6th on the year. That's up for a ball, 2-0. Taylor Trammell, 8-game hitting streak starting the day. He would love to add to that streak right here and tie the game up at 1. How about those numbers? Braves are trailing the 2 teams here at Daikin Park.
Yeah, those are clutch numbers right there. If you're starting to drive in runners with 2 outs, those are clutch ABs.
He's fallen behind Trammell 3-0. Isaac Paredes is on deck, hitting in the 5 spot today. Oh, he hit him. 3-0 pitch, got away and hit Trammell with a cutter. And Taylor is going to reach first base here, putting runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Got on the side of that cutter, just yanked it to the inside corner. Got a piece of Taylor. 4th hit batter of the season for Sproat.
So now Isaac Paredes, opportunity here with 2 outs. That one well wide and covered by William Contreras. It's 5 straight off the plate for Sproat here after the walker fly out to center. A little bit wide as well. 6 in a row that have missed, and it's 2-0 to Paredes.
Good time to hit if you're Isak. Be patient, pick a spot, pick a pitch, see it, get it. Probably looking for something he could elevate to the pull side, and that wasn't it.
Sproat has given up 9 home runs on the season, but just 2 in his starts in May. As Paredes fouls one back, it's 2-2. He was the 2nd best prospect for the Mets heading into last season, and then was traded to Milwaukee in the offseason in that deal that sent Freddie Peralta and Tobias Myers to the Mets, with Chet Williams and Sproat coming over here to the Brewers. Big deal made between those 2 teams on January 21st. Long hold by Sproat, and that's wide, 3-2. So Taylor Trammell gets a head start off first here with 2 outs.
He's just overcooking that cutter in this inning, yanking it well to that glove side away from the right-handed hitters. That's the same pitch he hit Taylor with in that left-handed hitter's box.
Kind of a new wrinkle to the Astros lineup today, with Isaac Paredes batting in the 5 spot. Normally seen him a little bit higher up in that lineup. Astros going with Pena, Alvarez, Walker, then Trammell, and then Isaac number 5. And he breaks his bat, slowly hit to the right side. It'll be flipped by Andrew Vaughn to the pitcher Sproat covering for the final out of the inning. Astros strand 2 and trail after 1-0.
Presented by Lawnmower Blonde and the Astros. We talk about how good their pitching has been. A lot of reason the pitching has been good is because when the ball has been put in play and Astro has been tracking it down, making a play, the flip, the throws, the scoops, it's all been happening on defense. to keep runners off the board. And the outs above average leaders this month, Astros right at top with 13. In April, they were a minus number. This season, this month, a plus 13.
Defense has been excellent, going hand in hand as the Astros have been playing their best ball of the season here in the last 2 weeks. Andrew Vaughn leading off. Hits this ball sharply into left field for a base hit on a 1-0 pitch. He'll be a leadoff base runner for the Brewers. Milwaukee has 3 hits against Lambert so far. Lambert only allows a 200 batting average against on the season and hasn't had a lot of high hit totals against him. Just 7 is the season high, and that was against the Cardinals, his first start of the year. The Brewers with 3 hits in their first 6 batters today. Here's Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell taking a strike. Garrett was on base 3 times today, or yesterday rather, before being lifted for a pinch hitter. Single walk and a hit by pitch, and then Andrew Vaughn hit for him in the 8th. Mitchell goes after that pitch, 0-2.
It's a pretty nasty slider down and in. A little more downer than slider to it.
Mitchell has the unusual statistical combination of the lowest chase rate on his team, but the highest strikeout percentage on his team. So he's not striking out by going out of the zone a lot, but he does have 62 strikeouts, most of anybody on this offense. And there's a called 3rd strike. So Lambert locks him up for out number 1 and the 2nd strikeout here in the 1st.
Now you're either getting some pretty edgy pitches like this one, the cutter that catches the bottom of the zone, or you're having a tough time making contact within the zone. And that one just really crept back over the heart of the plate.
Now Joey Ortiz, the batter. Ortiz played in the game last night but did not get an at bat. Came on as a pinch runner in the 9th. Joey takes a called strike, 0-1. Hit sharply, but Paredes is there. He'll go to Shoemake for the 1 out, and they turn the double play. Paredes to Shoemake to Walker to end the inning. Pacing the minimum in the 2nd, Lambert trailing 1-0.
All in, all the time, presented by Daily and Black, is showing you Cam Smith, young right fielder. When he's ahead in the count, mashes. When he's behind the count, a little bit different story. Still learning how to hit when he gets a little bit behind in those counts. But if he's able to take some pitches off the edges and put that count in his favor, he can go into crush mode.
Tries to ambush here on a first pitch swing, and he sends one foul down the right field side. Not a bad idea. As we mentioned, Sproat has given up 5 first pitch home runs. He also has a slugging percentage against him of .1250 on his first pitch of an at bat. That is the highest of any pitcher in baseball. So Cam thought he saw something he could drive on that first offering. Cam had really good swings all game long yesterday, not just the double and the home run. He hit a fielder's choice at 105.9 and drew a walk. So 3 at bats, over 105 miles an hour exit velocity, and a walk in the mix. Misses that fastball. It's now 1-2. So this would fall into the behind the count category. We'll see if Cam can get something done here. Doesn't offer the sweeper. It's 2-2. It'll be Cam Smith, Braden Shoemaker, and Jake Myers facing Brandon Sproat. Now he is in a hitter's count, so it's flipped.
Good job laying off some pitches. Now if you get the one you want, be ready to react and don't miss it.
Fourth 3-ball count for Sproat. And there we go. Ball into center field for a hit. We just showed you the graphic about Cam hitting in a hitter's count. Cam fired up as he goes around first with that single. He has been really swinging it well here over the last couple of weeks.
He has, and he does a good job right here, just taking this one right back up the middle. Tough pitcher, tough pitch at 96, sinking in on the hands, but he pulled the hands in nicely and shoots it back up the middle. I think a lot of that excitement is because of the conversations that these guys have in the dugout. You talk about guys like Christian Walker, the Altuves, the Correas, those veterans that have a lot of experience in the league, and they're starting to glean some of that onto Cam Smith. And I think when he has good at bats like that, he's kind of looking at his guys going, hey, that's what you're talking about. So the execution's starting to come around a little bit for Cam Smith, which is fun to watch.
That's hit now in 9 of his last 10 games.
Yeah.
Hitting over 333 during that stretch.
I believe now it's 12 for 34.
Hey, you mentioned Altuve. Did you see who was in the cage today?
No.
Ozzy.
He got in there.
He was in there.
It's a miracle.
It really is. I mean, this guy just went on the IL with an oblique, and he's hitting in the cage here at Dyken Park. 2-0 on Braden Shoemaker. Shoemaker is the most aggressive of the Astros hitters, 63% swing percentage. Let's take a look, Blummer. Here's how it looked earlier today.
This is incredible. We don't normally see guys come back from obliques that quickly. It's giving him a little bit of time to get that swing right before he comes back.
He's only been on the IL less than 2 weeks.
Unreal.
And he's already in a grade 2 oblique situation, swinging in the cage. So he's obviously not that far away if he's taking BP swings. 2-2 the count to Shoemaker. And Braden watches that one wide, and the count's full. We'll see if Cam Smith is off and running. He has a team high 7 stolen bases. Cam goes. The pitch is grounded, foul, and we'll do it all again. Smith on the move again, and Shoemaker puts it in play to the left side. Play made by the third baseman Hamilton. And that's the first out of the inning. Cam moves into scoring position with 1 away. Oh, Jake Myers will bat. Jake had a good game last night, 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Last year he was the best hitter on the road of anybody in baseball. This year his numbers have been better at home as he takes a pitch for a strike. Into right field for a base hit. Cam Smith being waved around. The throw by Jake Bauers is going to be short hopped and safe as Cam. They want a challenge. Contreras pointing to the dugout. That ball kind of checked up on the short hop, and Cam able to get in with a slide.
I'll tell you what, Tony Perez-Chica was going to challenge Jake Bauers out there in right field. Because watch, Cam hesitated just a little bit, but Tony was in windmill mode. And they actually sent Cam, when Bauers had that ball, It looks like they're going to challenge it. A lot of it's going to depend on the tag. Is he blocking the plate?
Ooh, he never got that lead foot in there. His foot was there in front of the tag, but the foot didn't get down. And yeah, if you're an Astro, you can challenge the blocking of the plate.
Because he didn't have the ball by the time he was. Cam's going into his slide to the outside. Contreras goes to get him.
He never gets that foot in there.
Yeah, he did, and I thought he got the toe in there with that lead foot, but it doesn't look like he did.
So now can you challenge, if you're the Astros, the blocking of home plate? That's what Joe Espada is on the top step of the railing thinking about if this call's overturned. He really didn't give him a lane, did he?
No. Doesn't have the ball yet. If you can argue maybe that the throw took him into that position, but at the same time, he got the knee in front of home plate before he had the ball. And here comes Joe talking about what we're talking about.
Yeah. So they're gonna probably overturn this. I don't think Cam's gonna. I don't think the run's gonna count on this challenge by the Brewers. I think they're gonna overturn it, but then the Astros could challenge the blocking of the plate because Cam obviously adjusted his slide because he didn't really have a lane to head to the plate with that lead foot. But whether or not Contreras had the ball in time to block the plate is the key. Man, that's close. The knee's down.
The knee is down, but you can see Cam kind of shut that slide down. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting. This is going to be a double challenge.
Such an ambiguous rule. I mean, it is interpreted in 1,000 different ways. There's nothing definitive with that, so you might as well give it a shot if the call's overturned.
I think it's going to be. Here we go.
After review, the call stands. Opener state. Milwaukee Brewers.
Have faith, TK. Have faith.
Damn.
New York smiling at us.
What? Wonder if they just did that to save time. Because it might have been a blocking of the plate anyhow.
Yeah, right.
So the Astros get the run. They tie it at 1. Joe obviously thought it was going to get overturned, or he would have gone out and had that conversation.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what I did to my scorebook. I got to erase a couple of things.
All right, so
okay.
stands. There was nothing definitive showing New York that Cam had been tagged out before that second leg got on home plate. Now here's Christian Vasquez. I don't think Contreras could believe it. What?
Yeah, he was surprised. I mean, yeah, I got no explanation. Go Astros.
0-1 to count to Vasquez, and now a challenge from Contreras.
On the ball, the catcher's challenging.
We mentioned Contreras has the most overturns of any catcher in baseball, and he might add to his total here. ABS powered by T-Mobile will show us that, yes, that ball had plenty of the plate.
It's a strike.
Now Vasquez down in the count 0-2. How about Jake Myers, an RBI now in both games? RBI base hit here to right to tie the game up. And I'm with you. Kind of got lost in the shuffle of the call. That was a very aggressive send by Tony Perez-Chica.
Yes.
The ball was in Bauer's glove before Cam got to the bag.
Good step, almost maybe 2. There's an aggressive send by Tony.
Christian stays alive. And the throw home was a pretty good one, but the bounce kind of popped up in the air and cost the Brewers a run.
Yeah, because you could, I mean, in all those replays that we saw, you could see Contreras was kind of going down to that knee, anticipating a lower throw, and then had to reach up, and that maybe just took a little bit of time to get to Cam and allow him to score.
Good plate appearance here by Christian. Down in the count, now working into 2-2. Sproat throwing 20 or more pitches in each of the first 2 innings. He's had his share of deep counts here first time through the lineup. That one into right, shallow. Back goes Terang. In comes Bowers. Bowers makes the running catch for out number 2. 10,000 fans will receive a Pride Fan this Wednesday, presented by Coca-Cola. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions. Back to the top of the order we go for Jeremy Pena. Pena got to a full count in the first inning and flied out to right. Pitch is wide for ball 1. Astros start the day 26-33. Winners of 7 out of 11 and 8 of their last 13. They are 3.5 behind Seattle as play starts today. Pena skies one to left. Number 3 just hit his 3rd of the year. Off the back wall behind the Crawford boxes, and the Astros lead this game 3-1.
Make him holla, Pena. Told you when this game started, he is a spark plug at the top of this lineup. He brings all kinds of energy and athleticism. Here he brings the pop on a hanging sweeper.
Since Tuesday, he has hit a home run every other day. Hit his first of the year Tuesday into the back of the bullpen at Globe Life Field. Then he got another one Thursday in the final game of that series, and here he is on Saturday, picking up his 3rd. He has got that home run stroke dialed in lately.
Yeah, he's definitely got that swing and rhythm. Loaded up, timing is great, recognition even better. This is one that backs up and stays inside, and Jeremy just brings the hands down to it and blasts this one over the Crawford boxes and left. That was beautiful.
So no home runs his first 17 games, and now 3 in his last 5 for JP3. And the Astros take a 3-1 lead. Here is Yordan Alvarez. He'll foul one back. Yordan has gone after the first pitch, both at bats today. Jeremy with RBIs 7 and 8 on the season. That one catches the bottom of the zone. Yordan wasn't sure about it, but doesn't challenge. It's 0-2.
I think he turned around and asked William Contreras. Contreras gave him the head nod like, yep.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
It's like, I guess I shouldn't challenge if you
yeah,
think
somebody's going to know it's going to be William, right? He's been pretty good.
Close, but not called a strike. It's 1-2.
I think there's been some 2-strike fastballs that have fooled Yordan in this series, but this one looked like, yep, caught that UTMD Anderson strike zone.
Contreras is going to wish he made that challenge here if Yordan gets a hold of this 1-2 pitch.
Try to go out there again.
Jeremy left the last homestand without an RBI. Now he's up to 8 since that long road trip in the first 2 games here back at home. There's a strike. Yordan goes down looking, and that'll be the end of the inning. But the Astros with a big 3 spot in the second.
Big swing from Jeremy Pena. Smiles for everyone when number 3 goes yard. 3-1 Houston.
Poll for the afternoon, and we're going to ask you which of these Astros free agent or trade finds of recent past is your favorite pitcher. You've got 3 choices today. A, Will Harris. B, Colin McHugh. C, Brad Peacock. Go to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag StroPoll. We will have results later on in the broadcast. Number 9 hitter David Hamilton leads off. He'll take a pitch up high for a ball. It's 1-0. Hamilton acquired before spring training from the Boston Red Sox, playing third base today. He was at shortstop yesterday before being lifted for a pinch hitter in the ninth. And I have to apologize to Hamilton because I said it was his throwing error in the bottom half of the inning. It was actually Joey Ortiz who was in the game at the time. And it was a ball that should have been caught either way by Jake Bauer. This ball lofted into center. It is Jake Myers moving back into right center and casually makes that play for the first out of the inning. Well, Lambert in his third inning of work after a 22-pitch first inning, only needed 8 pitches to get through the second. Now he'll go through the lineup a second time through. It's Christian Yelich. Yelich fouls one away. Lambert's last 4 starts, innings totals of 7, 7, 6, and 5. So he has averaged a little more than 6 innings in his last 4. The Astros are kind of on that run right now where guys are going 6 innings at a much more regular clip than we saw in March or April. That one's off the plate, 2-1. March and April, the Astros starting pitchers had 6 innings or more in a game 7 times. In May, it's been 13 times.
I like where that's trending. It's made a world of difference for the rotation and the bullpen.
Burrows leading the way with 4 such starts of 6 innings or more. Lambert with 3 in this month. Got him. Christian Yelich goes down on strikes. Lambert now with a strikeout every inning has 3 in the game.
On Friday, June 5th, 10,000 fans will take home an Orbit glow-in-the-dark jersey presented by Huntington Bank. Visit Astros.com/promotions to get your tickets now.
Here's Jackson Chourio. Chourio takes a strike. Chourio flied out to right field his first time up. Sends that one foul. It's 0-2. Milwaukee on the board first tonight, 1-0. The Astros answering with 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Jeremy Pena breaking the tie with a 2-run home run, and now Lambert looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He gets the ground ball to Pena, and he does have that 1-2-3 inning. Pena to first for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Houston.
The Wire Cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy.
Bottom of the third inning, Astros lead the Brewers 3-1. Astros had a 4-1 lead in the game yesterday. Milwaukee came back to win that one 5-4 in extras. Christian Walker flied out to center his first time up. It'll be Walker, Taylor Trammell, and Isaac Paredes. And this is kind of the point in the game now, Blummer, with Sproat at 50 pitches, that he has not dominated lineups once he gets deeper into games. And this has been a troublesome area for him. As the 1-0 pitch is grounded foul, it's 1-1.
Heard the Brewers manager Pat Murphy saying that when Sproat is good, he's very good, but then second, third time through the order, get deeper into these pitch counts, like TK's saying, those numbers elevate quite a bit. From that 51 pitches on, some large numbers that escalate quickly.
He's a guy they obviously have a lot of faith in because he was part of a big trade and a highly touted prospect in the Mets system. Giving up 3 earned runs each of his last 3 outings. Giving up 3 earned runs today. But only one quality start so far of his first 8 starts. That came against Toronto back on April the 16th. So far today, he has not walked anybody. He did hit Trammell with a 3-0 pitch. He's got a 2-2 count on Christian Walker. Christian sends one into center, playable for Garrett Mitchell. He comes in and makes the catch for out number 1. So now Taylor Trammell will bat. Trammell batting 4th for the 3rd time in the season and also for the 3rd time in his career. Got his first start in the cleanup spot while playing against the Rangers in Arlington earlier in the week. And he goes after the first pitch and pops a foul. Giving it a look is Contreras, and wow, the way he reacted, it almost looked like it hit the roof.
James Jean coming down from third base.
We can't see the roof from our vantage point right behind home plate, but apparently it did, the way he reacted.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated a little bit. It didn't move all that much, but probably kept it back in play instead of getting into the seats.
So Trammell just a foul ball. It's 0-1. Now he shows bunt, and he takes a strike. It's 0-2. Taylor's never had a hitting streak of this long in his career. His previous high was 5. He's up to 8 games now. Started before he went on the injured list and has continued since. On the ground, second baseman Bryce Terang is there. Trammell retired for the second out. First of our 3-10 starts, Plummer, in the home schedule. We'll have another one next Saturday. What do you think of these 3-10 starts?
I like it a lot. I like being indoors during the hottest part of the day and enjoying some baseball. And by the time you get home, it's a nice little evening, maybe a beverage on the patio.
It's nice that we don't have to pack tomorrow, too.
God, I barely started laundry this morning. Are you kidding me? My suitcase was in the corner, kind of smelling weird.
Yeah. In case anybody back at the network is wondering why we're wearing the old Space City Home Network polos today, it's because the SCHN polos are currently being washed.
Yes.
Since we just came off a 10-game road trip. Here's Paredes with a 2-0 count.
That's another reason I like the 310 polos.
There you go.
Marco.
Isaac Paredes with a 2-1 count. Isaac grounded out his first time up. Sends this one down the left field side and foul. It's 2-2. Yeah, I like it. It's good change of pace. Kind of staggers down from the 7 o'clock start on Friday into 3 today and then 1 o'clock tomorrow. And you're right back to your normal night games during the week. Pirates will be in town after the off day on Monday. That's the other nice thing. We have a home off day Monday for the first time since April 23rd.
Have you made plans for it? Just do anything?
I think golf.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything.
I know.
Might actually go walk the dog, get a workout.
There you go.
There's a little chuckle in the dugout because Isak got Joe Espada last night late in the game.
How's he doing?
He's doing okay, but he said it got him pretty good.
So Joe's behind.
Joe's behind the netting, and everybody is in protection mode.
Isak down on strikes as Sproat picks up a strikeout here to end the inning, his second strikeout of the game. 1-2-3 inning for the first time today for the Brewers. Still 3-1.
June 5th, get your Orbit Beanie add-on while supplies last. Learn more at astros.com/Orbit's birthday. TK?
Big birthday coming up, LC.
I'm excited. One of my favorite days of the year.
You're going to be back for that series, right?
I am, and I'm trying to get my husband to bring the kids down. They love Orbit.
There you go. There's always extra mascots on hand, too, so
Oh, yeah.
fun for all the kids. 3-1 game. Lauren Callender filling in this weekend for Julia Morales. Julia will be back with us for the Pirate Series beginning on Tuesday. Always good to have LC on the broadcast. Bryce Terang kicks off the 4th inning here against Peter Lambert, who had his first 1-2-3 inning of the game in his last inning. He's now retired the last 5. Terang reached on a fielder's choice and scored the only run for the Brewers, getting home on a double by William Contreras. That one's off the plate, 2-1. Lambert establishing himself after years in Colorado where he had some good moments, but he also ended up going to Japan last year to kind of restart his career as Trammell gives it a look near the line and puts it away. Terang flies out for the first out of the inning. It was that year over in Japan where he pitched for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows in the NPBL, Nippon Professional Baseball League, where he made 23 appearances, had a ERA sub-4, and then found his way back to the Astros. And then this spring we started hearing about, hey, this Peter Lambert guy, keep an eye on him. He's got some stuff that gets swing and miss. And he started the year in the minor leagues, and fortunately for the Astros, he had an opt-out at the end of spring training, but then stayed with the club. And here he is, a regular part of the rotation, and one of the guys they've really counted on here during this stretch.
Yeah, it was very, very fortuitous of him to opt into staying with the Astros and getting that opportunity. Not that you can anticipate this many injuries to a rotation, but it's worked out great for the Astros and for Peter Lambert.
Started out at AAA, began on the big league team on April the 17th. And he's even got Josh Miller smiling right now. It's 0-2 to Contreras. That one bounces in there. It's 1-2. In the air, popped up, Shoemake out, Smith in. It'll be the right fielder Cam for the second out. And it's now 7 in a row sent down by Peter Lambert. Now a message from TXU Energy.
TXU Energy Ultimate Season Pass. 50% off energy charges during peak summer and winter, plus more months of savings.
Well, Jake Bauers, the batter, he struck out his first time up. Lambert coming into the day facing left-hand hitters had an OPS of only .444 against him. Yelich had that infield hit to start the game. That's the only lefty on base today for the Brewers. But if you look at a .444 OPS, it's third best amongst guys who have at least 40 innings of work, with tomorrow's starter for the Brewers being number 1, Jacob Mizorowski. And then Casey Mize of the Tigers also up there in OPS. But there's a lefty who gets on base against him. He had to break his bat to get on, but Jake Bauers with a single into right. He's a 2-out base runner.
Change up off the end of the bat. Catches a lot of the play. Bauers just stays through it. Even with breaking that bat, it will end up being a base hit out there in the right.
Now Andrew Vaughn, the batter. Vaughn takes a strike. You'll like this note from Phil Boudreau today. Andrew Vaughn passed Bob Melvin in games played, moving into the number 12 spot all time for Cal Bears in games played at the major league level.
Let's go.
Number 1 just got in the Hall of Fame, Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent, yeah.
You're number 4, buddy.
Yeah, but who's in between? Right? Number 4?
4.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
So I'll take that. Oh, yeah, that's not too bad right there. I like that.
Number 4 on the list of Cal Bears who have played in the major leagues, Jeff Blum. Behind the Hall of Famer Jeff Kent, number 1. Now we got to get Boots to show us who 2 and 3 is.
I think 1 might be Xavier Nady.
Okay.
Might be in that 2-3 spot.
That makes sense. He's doing some work
Lance
now.
Blankenship played for a while. The Athletics. Kevin Moss.
Wow.
Yeah.
All good choices. Boots will have us the answer within a minute.
Andrew Vaughn, by far the highest pick.
He's really turned his career around since coming here.
Well, he's wearing blue and gold again. You know, he was with the White Sox, and there's been a certain amount of success on the South Side for some Cal Bears, but at the same time, he's really kind of rejuvenated his need on a big league roster right here in Milwaukee. Found himself a home. Marcus Simeon's number 2. Xavier Nady's not in there.
Wow. Marcus Simeon, we forgot about him.
This is going to sound terrible. Is it Jackie Jensen? Yeah, Jackie Jensen's the 3rd.
Okay, Nady's number 10. He's way behind you.
Oh, man, I got him by a take that, X.
Way behind you. Who wants to catch this? Looks like Cam's going to call Shoemaker again and make the play for the final out of the inning. So number 12 on the Cal Bear list goes down on a fly ball to right. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Astros with a 3-1 lead. Astros scoring all their runs in the 2nd inning when Cam Smith led off with a single. And here he is leading off in the 4th facing Brandon Sproat. Sproat throwing a strike on the first pitch. He's now 7 for 15 in first pitch strikes. Cam faced Sproat in spring training last year when he was pitching for the Mets. He was the only one in today's lineup that faced Sproat when he pitched against the Astros. But now with the Brewers, the Astros will no longer see Sproat in spring training. He gets ahead of Cam 0-2. It'll be Cam, then Braden Shoemaker and Jake Myers here second time around. As Sproat bounces one in there, it's 1-2. Some of the pitches that Cam has been laying off that have helped him here during this recent run. And he looks at that one for a strike. That's a sinker for a called 3rd. Astros with their first out of the 4th inning. It's the 3rd strikeout for Sproat.
A couple of fastballs surprised some Astros. Maybe looking for something a little bit different in these 2-strike counts.
Shoemaker fouls one into the stands. Star Wars Day today here at the ballpark.
Big day.
It's a good pitch. Curveball catches the edge. It's 0-2. Decent amount of fans have donned Star Wars gear here.
I'm actually pretty impressed. You're right, because a lot of them are showing up on El Grande in between innings. Is those Comic-Cons that they all get dressed up at? You ever done that, TK?
Have I? No.
No.
Well, seen it, never participated.
From afar. I haven't had the guts to go to one yet.
2-2 to Shoemaker. Braden's dressed up on El Grande.
Hey, I feel like that stash plays.
Yeah, it kind of does. There we go.
Ready to hop in the X-wing and go for a flight. Maybe he sees the ball better through that.
Another deep count for Shoemaker. He started 0-2. He's now 3-2, and the fastball gets him for a strikeout. That is 4 strikeouts and 3 in a row for Sproat.
Time now for Astros Trivia, powered by Reliant. Which Astros Hall of Famer finished his career with Milwaukee in 1977? Good question. Astros Hall of Famer is the answer to today's trivia. We'll wait and see on that one.
Since the Jeremy Pena home run, Sproat has retired 6 in a row with 4 strikeouts.
Kind of going against some of the numbers.
Really is. This is the area of the game where he normally gets hit at least his first 8 starts of the year, but not today.
All the rumors were that it was a little bit of fatigue, maybe losing some miles per hour, but also having some pitches linger in the zone a little bit longer than he wants. But a couple of strikeouts trying to disprove that theory.
Only 12 major league starts under his belt for the 25-year-old. This ball slicing down the right field line. Bowers giving it a look, sliding attempt, and that's a foul ball. Bowers touched it in foul territory. Myers is going to run it out just in case, but it was ruled foul by Malachi Moore on a play that was close to that foul line in right. Astros couldn't see it from their vantage point, so Joe Espada waiting for instructions from the video room whether they want to challenge this or not.
Yeah, it looks like it hits off the glove and Bauer in foul territory as he not only wore the slide, the wall, also took the ball.
It's a really tough play with the amount of foul territory there is there.
Yeah, it shrinks quickly out there down the lines here at Daikin Park. You can see maybe getting that knee.
His first game in right this year. He played 5 games out there last season.
You could ask Jason Lane about playing right field here at Daikin Park. Jason Lane played a ton of right field.
That's right.
Before the padding was installed out there too.
Really?
Yep.
That used to be just a hard wall out there?
Used to be just a little bit of padding at the bottom of the wall. You see this does get him on that left knee, but you can see at the top of that wall there used to be that wrought iron going across there that you can see a little bit further up towards the foul pole.
Wow. That ball up the middle. Jake Myers is 2 for 2. He's having himself a nice series here against the Brewers. Jake had 2 hits in last night's game.
Good piece of hitting right here. Fastball elevated, does a good job of getting on top of it. And those hands were working beautifully through that swing for Jake Myers.
Maybe Jake's just going to turn the numbers around and be the guy that hits at home this year.
Yeah, last year was crazy on the road.
Christian Vasquez sends one in the air to right center field. Converging is Mitchell and Bowers. It's the center fielder taking charge for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 left on. We're through 4 here at Daikin Park. It is 3-1 Astros. Today Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by AAA Auto Insurance. Switch and save up to 21% with AAA Auto Insurance. And by Texas Children's.
Been an interesting afternoon, I guess, for Peter Lambert. Showing a good pitch mix. Never mind.
Garrett Mitchell leading off. Struck out looking his first time up. He has mixed all his pitches a lot today. Not really relying on any one pitch. There you go, Blummer.
Hey, I found it. Four-seamer the same. The cutter's dropped a little bit, but you can see ramping up that slider. Just really going about it a different way, maybe because of how good this team is or maybe how things felt in that bullpen. Man, you got 6 pitches that you've thrown over 10%. You're doing some work.
Yeah, he's always a guy that mixes it up, right?
Yeah. Well, he adds, subtracts, changes shapes, changes movements on those pitches. Not afraid to throw any of them at any time. And today's a really good example of that against a team that doesn't chase a lot of pitches. He can pitch backwards. He can pitch forwards.
Oh, he mentioned Mitchell doesn't chase much, but he also strikes out. He struck out looking his first time up, and now he's got a 2-2 count here.
And it's such an advantage when you can keep hitters on their toes.
Lambert allowing one hit of the last 9 batters. That was a single by Bowers on a broken bat hit with 2 outs last inning. Now facing the bottom third of the order. That was close, almost a swing and almost a strike call, and instead it's a full count. Brewers with a run on 4 hits. RBI double by William Contreras got them on the board in the first inning. That'll be ball 4 as Gary Mitchell draws the walk to lead off the 5th inning.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. First pitch, Arsenal in 2024 for Lambert. Four-seam fastball used 45% of the time. 2026, dropping that down to just under 30% and using those other pitches to set those pitches up. You could see maybe some of that off speed early on, just some get me over pitches in the strike zone, able to set up some other pitches later in the count.
This ball sent to the corner in right. Does Cam have enough room? He does, puts it away for the out. You can see Cam knew exactly how far he had to go and makes the catch for out number 1.
A little more familiar with the right field corner here in his home ballpark, but he also does a good job of getting over there early enough to be able to tiptoe that foul line and make that play. Instead of going into that wall full steam, he gets over there in time to track it.
Now David Hamilton, who flied out to center his first time up. Hamilton shows bunt and takes it off the plate for ball 1. We mentioned in last night's broadcast that Hamilton's home run would have been out in just one stadium. It was a Crawford Box special. Crawford Box specials this year have all gone against the Astros.
All of them.
All 5.
Man.
There's not been one Astros home run that would have been a home run in just one of 30 stadiums, but 5 for the opposition this year. That is not home field advantage.
No. And our guys are just too strong.
Hamilton with a 1-0 count. It was his first home run as a Brewer. Showing bunt and taking a strike. It's 1-1. So let's take a look at the 5 home runs that have landed just beyond the railing in left field for a 1 in 30 ballpark Crawford Box special.
Only one of them getting into that 3rd row. That's crazy. Every pitcher in the clubhouse watching the ball game just ran for cover.
Like, why can't it happen on our side?
I was going to say, how do the Astros not sneak a couple in there?
That fan made a catch while keeping his conversation going.
Way to go, coach.
Little delay here as Garrett Mitchell had to tie his shoe. 1-2 the count to Hamilton. Runner on and 1 out. Showed bunt a couple of times in this at bat. He obviously won't be bunting here, you would think, with 2 strikes. The Brewers do bunt a lot. The Brewers do bunt a lot, but even they wouldn't bunt with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I thought that about Kyle Schwarber, too.
Goes the other way, slices it foul. New second baseman for the Astros. Not sure what's going on with Braden Shoemake, but he's out of the game in the 5th inning. We'll try and get an update for you if we hear something from the clubhouse. But Nick Allen taking over in this 3-1 game in the 5th. Shoemake batted last inning and struck out swinging. That one bounces past Vasquez into the backstop. That was well shy of the plate as Lambert unleashes a wild pitch to push Mitchell into scoring position.
There's not much Vasquez could do right here as that changeup is just yanked into the ground.
Into right. Smith has it lined up. Cam makes the catch for out number 2.
Outfield arms are presented by Lone Star College. Cam Smith got that red light. He's got a great arm. Taylor Trammell playing left field will get the yellow, just a little bit more shallow and a little bit better arm. But we've seen that the Brewers in this series have turned Jake Myers into a green light. They're going to test that left arm.
Brewers have a couple of arms warming up in their bullpen right now. As Brandon Sproat's at 82 pitches. They usually don't let him go close to 100 pitches in his starts. Chad Patrick and Carlos Rodriguez. A couple of righties are warming up for the Brewers. There you see Rodriguez on your right, Patrick on your left. So here you go, Blummer. Peter Lambert, when he faces a lineup for a 3rd time, which is where he is now, is the best in all of baseball.
And that might go back to the graphic we showed you with all the pitches that he has to use, because he could use maybe 2 or 3 the first time through the order, mix in a couple more that second time through the order, and by the time you face him a 3rd time, he's got you guessing.
Hey, you're not in any pattern.
Yeah, you're trying to pick up sequences to be able to combat him, but at the same time, he could go completely off script from what you've seen earlier.
And that has allowed him to get deep in games and average over 6 innings to start his last 4. Today, the Brewers have put some pitches on him. He's at 75 with this next delivery in the 5th. Three and 1 now on Yelich. Yelich with an infield hit his first time up.
That's a good pitch.
Second walk of the inning. Lambert walking Garrett Mitchell, now Christian Yelich. Has been a little problematic as the walks have come mostly to left-hand hitters this year. 18 walks to lefties this season for Lambert. Now he'll face Jack Centurio.
Be careful right here. Some of that thunder that Churio brings with that bat. Hanging off speed pitch yesterday and launched it.
There's a strike. 18 walks allowed to lefty hitters, only 2 walks of right-hand hitters this year. Pretty big discrepancy of his 20 walks. Churio's flied out to right and grounded out, down in the count here, 0-1. That's a strike on the outside edge. Churio doesn't believe it, but he also doesn't challenge. It's 0-2.
could have challenged the first one, but not this one. This one actually catches that edge. Two good pitches from Lambert, though, to get ahead 0-2.
Mitchell on second, Yelich on first, 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. Into center, falling quickly. That'll be down for a hit. Around third is Mitchell. He'll score. It's now a 1-run game. A hit on an 0-2 pitch from Chourio with 2 outs. Makes it a 3-2 Astros lead.
0-2 base hit and RBI for Chourio. They got that pitch above the zone. Chourio just did a better job of getting the hands above it and hitting it hard into center field. And with 2 outs, Mitchell coming around to score easy.
Now their best hitter in terms of OPS, Bryce Turang, sends one foul the other way. It's 0-1.
Last season, Turang and Contreras were driving runners in, taking advantage of those risky situations.
Contreras with 34 RBIs this year, Turang with 31. Bowers also with 31. Those are your 3 top leaders on this Brewers offense. It's now 1-1. Game now where it might be difficult for Lambert to get through 6 as he had to work hard again here in this inning. 25th pitch of the inning. Gets a strike there. It's 1-2. Couple of walks in the inning have hurt here. 2 out, 2 strike hit by Jackson Chourio, making it a 3-2 game. Astros get their bullpen going for the first time. AJ Blue Ball beginning to warm up. Another 2-2 pitch. Down and in, 3-2. Runners will be off here with this 3-2 pitch. Big pitch coming here for Lambert in the middle of this game. '30th pitch of the inning. 8th pitch of this plate appearance. And we'll do it again.
Doing just enough to annoy Lambert. He's just trying to find a way to get him out. Nice pitch at 96. Reaching back for a little bit more.
Ball 4, that'll be the 3rd walk of the inning, and the bases will be loaded. Josh Miller will give his pitcher a breather after his 31st pitch here in the 5th. That was quite a plate appearance by Terang, a 9-pitch walk. Now a word from TxDOT.
Hook up, gig up, hook up, gig up, hook up.
The two trends of the starting pitchers have not held form today. Brandon Sproat has not struggled in pitches 51 through 75, and so far Peter Lambert, third time through the lineup where he's been so good this year, has gone walk, single, walk. But he can maintain a lead here after 4.5 innings if he can get the dangerous William Contreras. Contreras doubled off the wall his first time up, fly to right his last time up, and fouls the first pitch back here.
I was just going to say, you just hope that Contreras is a little aggressive so you can get ahead in the count, or maybe get at some chase and weak contact here with the bases loaded, 2 outs.
Only 3 walks in the game for Lambert, but they have all come in this inning. Ground ball towards short. Pena will spin and throw to first, and that will be the final out of the inning. Astros will strand 3. Jeremy Pena making the play on a tough hop, and he'll lead off the next inning. Astros leading 3-2 halfway home.
The Astros the lead back in the 2nd inning. He's our jack-in-the-box player to watch. And as we've seen already this afternoon, such an impactful piece to the puzzle for Houston. And the numbers say it all. JP3 batting .333 across his last 6 starts, inclusive of this afternoon, with 3 homers, 7 RBI. Joe Espada telling me how he's the quarterback of this team, and he's swinging the bat really well recently. So he's happy to have him at the top of the lineup. And Christian Walker also echoed how important Pena is to this team, saying he's the spark plug, as Blummer said earlier, too, and the boost of energy at the top of the lineup. But most importantly, Seawalk said Jeremy just has a confident mindset, which is just absolutely contagious in this clubhouse. I think that's what everyone wants in a teammate, TK.
Absolutely. Jeremy feeling it lately. Home runs in 3 of his last 5 games, including the difference maker today, a 2-run home run in the 2nd. That is the reason why the Astros are in front 3-2. Brandon Sproat beginning the inning here with a ball off the glove of the shortstop Joey Ortiz in the shallow center. Jeremy has his 2nd hit of the game. He's a leadoff base runner for the Astros in the 5th.
You have to get some of this spin to your spot. He hit a sweeper that didn't get to his spot out of the ballpark. This is a cutter that doesn't get to its spot, and Jeremy hits it up the middle. Ortiz gave it a pretty good effort, but skips off his glove into center field for that base hit.
Yordan Alvarez has been aggressive on first pitch swings today. He's gone after the first pitch both times, as Sproat checks Jeremy Pena over at first base. Sproat doesn't face the lineup 3rd time through very often. And Yordan has gone after the first pitch all 3 times today. He knows those numbers against Sproat, I guess, on the first pitch.
And he's just missed a couple in the 2nd and 3rd at bat.
11:39, 3rd time through. Sproat, facing hitters the 3rd time this year, has allowed a 5 for 17 with 5 walks and no strikeouts. 1-1 the count. That's in for a ball. Yordan tied with Munetaka Murakami with 20 home runs in the American League. Murakami going on the IL today. There goes Pena. The pitch is a strike. The throw is not in time. Pena has his 3rd steal of the year. He's 3 for 3. Yordan's also going to challenge. No, I thought he was going to challenge. Today's aerial coverage of the wire cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy, and here's Jeremy going in with our Matches Firm Super Bowl. That was a close pitch on the outside corner. Jordan grounds one to the right side. That is a good team out right there. Jordan grounds out. That won't help his batting average, but that will help his respect level in the dugout.
That's a good job of moving that base runner up in that 2-strike count. Christian Walker has an opportunity to take advantage of that runner at third base, less than 2 outs.
Walker's flied out to center twice as he bats here with the infield drawn in. Fouls the first pitch away, 0-1. Walker has 32 of his 40 runs batted in on the year facing right-hand pitching. His numbers in general have been better this year, righty on righty. Fouls that one off the end of the bat, and now Walker's going to have to battle down 0-2 as Sproat will look for a strikeout. Brewers haven't allowed Sproat to throw 90 pitches in any start before today. He's at 93 this afternoon.
Now they're trying to give Sproat a growth moment here by trying to work through this. The Astros are trying to tack one more on.
He never threw 93 pitches in any start with the Mets last year, so this is a new career high. Two-two pitch. Oh, got in on him. Sproat saying it hit the bat. No swing, but it didn't hit the bat either. That's good hit by pitch. As Walker will walk down to first. Not even close to the bat.
Man. Trying to check that swing and get out of the way. It almost looked like a swing as it hit him right in the gut.
Yeah, that basically the punch in the gut caused him to follow through.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're trying to get Sproat through the inning, but he'll leave here with a hit by pitch. First and third, 1 out.
Tonight we have a special edition of Rockets All Access celebrating the return of the Houston Comets. Craig Ackerman talks with Comets Hall of Fame player Tina Thompson and head coach Van Chancellor. And we cover the fan reaction to the team's return. Tune in at 6:30 on SCHN and SCHN Plus. The pitcher into this game is going to be Carlos Rodriguez as Taylor Trammell strolls to the plate. Right-hander this season. He's a 1.17 whip and a 1.50 ERA. 3 games, 5 strikeouts.
Trammell watches the first pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Rodriguez was recalled last Sunday, pitched in that game. Now working on 5 days of rest after going 2 innings against the Dodgers. And he gets ahead of Trammell 0-2. Astros trying to add to this 3-2 lead with first and third and 1 out here, facing a reliever Carlos Rodriguez in the 5th. 24-year-old. Taylor Trammell has been hit by a pitch today. Sproat hit 2 batters today. Didn't walk anybody, but hit Trammell in the first. And Christian Walker, the last batter he faced. 6 hits allowed so far, 3 runs, responsible for the 2 on base. Got in on Taylor, he fouled it away. Rodriguez gets most of his changeups against lefties, or most of his strikeouts against lefties with that changeup that he tried last pitch. Tried another one, and Taylor stays alive with that foul ball.
Looked like he yanked that one to the inside. Taylor just doing a good job of fighting that off.
Jeremy Pena led off this inning with a single. He stole second base. Yordan Alvarez with a productive out, getting him to third. Christian Walker hit by a pitch. Now Trammell with a full count. Broken bat off the glove, fair ball. Here comes Pena trying to score. He got a late break, but a great slide. Pena scores with a head-first slide. He had to make an adjustment. Hopefully he's okay. Joe Espada checking out Jeremy Pena as he bends over at home plate after scoring with that head-first slide.
What a heads-up play. Tough play with that. You got a freeze on the line drive, and then Terang had a couple of choices in front of him. You'll see it right here on our wire cam. Off the end of the bat, freeze, go back, and then read that getting past him. And Terang picked up on that as Jeremy took off towards home plate. I hope he just shook himself up with a hard slide into home plate.
What a beautiful slide.
Incredible how these guys can go to that outside corner of the plate and avoid the tag.
Now Paredes drives one to left. That's a fair ball. In to score, Christian Walker. Being waved around, Taylor Trammell. 2 RBI double by Isak. And the Astros now lead 6-2.
That is going to feel so good for Isak. And struggling a little bit, dropped down in that order and finds an opportunity and takes advantage of it. Four-seam fastball up and in. He's been swinging early and often. Gets a hold of this one, rakes it into that left field corner. And with that swing, Trammell coming all the way around to score.
Isak with double number 9 on the year. RBIs 23 and 24, and all of a sudden the Astros lead by 4. Cam Smith grounds the first pitch to short. Play made by Joey Ortiz for the second out of the inning. Cam made it close.
It's a tough read. Freeze on the line drive. Get back. Don't get doubled off. And then realize that play's coming right at you. Trying to jam that right hand into the ground a little bit. He seems to be okay.
Nick Allen gets his first at bat of the game. And he goes after the first pitch and misses at 0-1. For now, Taylor Trammell has been given a base hit on that play. And might end up changing that to a fielder's choice, because they could have gotten the out at first had they chosen it.
Yep.
But the fielder's choice was to try and come home to get Jeremy Pena. Either way, Trammell ends up with an RBI. And he ends up with a run scored, hustling around on the Paredes double. You're right about Paredes. He's gone after some first pitches here the last couple of games that we normally don't get used to seeing him be that aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit different approach. home run in Arlington was on the first pitch from Evaldi.
Nick Allen in there with a 1-2 count. We're still unsure as to why Braden Shoemake was lifted in the game, or from the game in the 5th inning. If we get a report before the game's out, we'll let you know. 7th batter of the inning for the Astros here in the 5th. 2 of the runs this inning charged to Brandon Sproat, the other 2 to the reliever Carlos Rodriguez. Astros with 2 of the runs to Sproat, 1 of the 3 runs to Carlos Rodriguez. It's a 3-run inning. Astros with a couple of 3-run innings today. Good take, pitch off the plate, 2-2. Sproat ends up giving up 5 runs today in his 4 1/3. Allen down on strikes, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 5th. But a good inning, 3-run score to make it a 6-2 game. Paredes with a 2 RBI double.
The Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford and Spencer Arrighetti on this date up in Seattle in 2024 went 6 shutty. First quality start of his career in a 4-0 Astros victory. Had 8 strikeouts in that time. You can tell by the video, had that fastball curveball working. A little bit of cut right there. Good outing. Rookie right-hander Spencer Arrighetti at the time in 2024. Into this ball game is going to be A.J. Blubaugh. Peter Lambert is done after 5. Blubaugh can give you multiple innings if necessary. He's got a 4.81 ERA. Last 5 games he's pitched in, he's totaled 7 2/3 innings pitched. 23rd appearance of the season.
5, 6, and 7 due up against Blubaugh here, with the Astros working with a 4-run lead as we start the 6th. Jake Bauers has struck out and singled today. Final line on Lambert, and they put 33 pitches on him the last inning, so he only goes 5 innings today. Gives up 5 hits and a couple of runs. Peter walked 3, all of them in the 5th inning, and also struck out 3, all of them in the first 3 innings. 90 pitches today for Lambert in those 5 innings of work. Leaves with a 6-2 lead. Pitch a strike, and the count's 2-2. Full count on Bauers. Astros out hitting the Brewers 8-5. Big out to get out of the 5th inning for Lambert, getting Contreras to ground out with the bases loaded to end the 5th. Sharply hit, diving stop. Paredes gets up, fires low, but picked by Walker. Paredes and Walker getting it done. Tough play by Isaac Paredes.
This will be our All-State good hands replay as this ball shot the other way. Bauers making a bid, but Paredes gets that glove out there, makes the catch. Gets a little help on that pick and that short hop at first base from Christian Walker, so the corner is getting it done to keep Bauers off the base paths.
Now Andrew Vaughn, the batter. Vaughn watches one go wide, 1-0. report from the clubhouse is that Braden Shoemake left the game with right groin soreness. That's why Nick Allen is now in the game. Pitch is up and in. It's 2-1. On a single and 2 at bats today. 5 hits for the Brewers. RBI double by Contreras. Rest of the base hits have been singles. That one is past Paredes for another single. Another broken bat hit for Milwaukee today as Vaughn is 2 for 3 and a 1-out base runner. Blue Ball is basically at his same innings total as he was last year starting today, just a little bit beyond that. He's at 34 innings compared to 32 last year, but he's been dealing with a lot more traffic this season than last. As Garrett Mitchell bats. AJ last year had a whip of 0.875 in his 11 games. This year that whip is at 1.396 coming into today. There's a strike. I think the area that Blue Ball would like to improve on the most as the season moves along is the walk total has been a little bit more elevated than he's used to. Gets ahead here, 1-2.
A couple of Astros pitchers maybe in that camp that are trying to correct the command issues and force some of these hitters to hit the baseball and pitch to a little more contact.
Change up down, 2-2. Astros really used their lefties yesterday. 23 pitches apiece for Steven Okert and Brian King. Okert threw 2 innings. King threw an inning at 2/3. You're not sure about their availability today. Down goes Mitchell on strikes. Blue Ball picks up his first strikeout, second out of the inning. Every Tuesday night is Dollar Dog Night presented by Texas Chili Company at Daikin Park. Enjoy $1 hot dogs all game long every Tuesday night game throughout the season. Visit Astros.com/dollardogs to get your Dollar Dog Night tickets today. Pirates will be in town for this upcoming Dollar Dog Night. Joey Ortiz the batter. That one off the plate for ball 1. Astros have 2 NL Central teams and then the A's coming into town. NL Central continues to be the most competitive division in baseball with everybody having a winning record, including the last place Pirates at 30-28. Conversely, the AL West has nobody with a winning record starting play today.
There's a whole new definition to Wild West.
Mariners have reached 500 with a 4-game winning streak. They're 29-29 and in first place.
Had a big sweep of the Athletics. Astros would like to do that right here at the end of this homestand.
Yeah, definitely a good test to start the homestand with the Brewers. As fundamentally sound as they are, put pressure on you. They'll find any weakness that they can find and expose it if possible. And the A's to end the homestand will be a good test as well to kind of see where these two teams are. This ball sends Cam Smith back, but he's got room on the warning track to put it away for the final out of the inning. Blue Ball allows 1 hit, 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th in a 6-2 Astros lead. 6-2 ball game, bottom half of the 6th inning. Astros with a 3-run second and a 3-run 5th. Jake Myers part of that 3-run second with the first of his 2 base hits. Jake is 2 for 2 today and has 4 hits in this series as he leads off to begin the bottom of the 6th inning, facing the reliever Carlos Rodriguez, and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Jake and then Christian Vasquez, and back at the top of the order for Jeremy Pena. Good to see Pena still in the game after a little scare after that head first slide on a great slide to the outside part of the plate to score the run on the fielder's choice by Taylor Trammell. Actually, it was ruled a hit, but it will probably eventually be changed to a fielder's choice. This pitch is down for a ball, 2-1. Off the end of the bat pop up, third baseman David Hamilton just a couple of steps in for the first out. And now a message from Buick GMC. Now Christian Vasquez, the batter. Vasquez has flied out a couple of times today. Takes a first pitch down and away for ball 1. Christian Vasquez right up the middle. Points to the dugout on his way to first, as that is a tough pitch to single on, but Vasquez 1 for 3 today. Continues to put together good at bats.
Yeah, he's been great. Cutter away, goes out there with one hand and shoots that right back over the head of Rodriguez. As the boys know,
strike to Jeremy Pena. Now, sometimes you look at teams' records when player X starts at a certain position, and it can be interesting at times, but especially when you look at it from a catcher's perspective, because there's such a huge part of both sides of the ball, especially the pitching side of things. And the Astros, when Vasquez starts, they're 18-12 in his 30 starts coming into today.
It's not bad. Wow.
Pena takes one down for a ball. It's 1-2. Jeremy, a good game going. Home run, 2-run shot. Gave the Astros a 3-1 lead. Then a great slide after a hit his last time up. He's 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. It's got a 2-2 count here. Rodriguez can give you multiple innings. Nobody warming in the Brewers bullpen. He's gone at least 2 his last few outings. This ball sent down the line and left, and it's off the netting. Astros with that hit by Vasquez up to 9 hits in the game. Pena down on strikes. Rodriguez picks up his second strikeout, 2 away in the inning.
Time now for league leaders, presented by Houston Methodist. Highest expected slug percentage since May 18th. We've got a couple of Astros at the top. And in that 5th position, Cam Smith at 664, Jordan on another planet. Up over 1,000 as far as expected just slug. A lot of guys that would be grateful for an expected OPS of that size.
That's crazy. Jordan overall has a 641 slug coming into today and 1,056 OPS. Bats here with a 1-0 count. That was the first pitch he took today on the first pitch. He went after the first pitch 3 times against Brandon Sproat. One of them was a double. Mentioned last time he was batting with Munetaka Murakami, now on the injured list, expected to miss at least a month with that hamstring issue. Jordan coming in tied for the AL lead in home runs with 20 with Murakami. And the next closest coming into today had 17. There were 3 guys with 17 home runs, 2 Yankees, Ben Rice and Aaron Judge, and also Byron Buxton of the Twins. Two and two the count to Jordan with 2 outs and Christian Vasquez on first base. Curveball misses, and Jordan has drawn a full count. Well, Vasquez will be off from first. That ball smashed to the corner and right, and it's off the top of the wall. That almost got out. Jordan hit that so hard it never wanted to come down and almost got over that yellow line. Instead, it's just a bullet single.
That was crazy. This line drive is smoked. He just drops the barrel on this one. Almost created enough loft because he hit it so hard. It was 115.1 off the bat. And it's off the top of the wall, and it's only able to get 90 feet out of it. My goodness.
So Otto Lopez, not exactly a power hitter, and Jordan Alvarez are the 2 guys who have the most 2-strike hits in all of baseball.
Pretty good stat right there.
Right? So now Christian Walker bats with runners on the corner. And he'll take a pitch for a high strike, 0-1. Lopez has 4 home runs this year. Leads with 75 hits, and a bunch of them with 2 strikes. Jordan, 20 home runs and same number of 2-strike hits. Walker was hit by a pitch his last time up. See, Walker has done a good job with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, but he's down in the count here, 0-2. Try to hold up on a pitch down. He does. It's 1-2. First base umpire Malachi Moore saying no swing. Astros now in double figures with base hits. And Walker down on strikes. A foul tip caught by Contreras to end the inning. 2 hits, 2 left on. We're through 6. Astros lead at 6-2.
Spotlight falls on May 30th, 2015. We're taking it back 11 years ago today. Dallas Keuchel throws 9 innings against the White Sox, spanning 11 without allowing a run. It was DK's second complete game shutout of this season. Of course, Keuchel went on to win the 2015 Cy Young Award for his record-breaking season. What a fun throwback, guys. You see Jason Castro behind the plate. Evan Gattis, Chris Carter went back-to-back to the Crawford boxes in that one. That season was the beginning of such a fun era in Astros baseball. A great season overall for Dallas Keuchel, though, Blummer.
Yes, it was. A lot of fun to watch.
David Hamilton leading off here in the 7th inning. Keuchel with that great year, dominated at home that year. Hamilton goes after the first pitch. He hit the Crawford boxes yesterday's game. He's going to be short of them today as he flies out on the first pitch from A.J. Blubaugh in the 7th inning.
What was impressive about that season for Dallas as he got on a roll, he was dominant here at home, undefeated in 18 home starts. 15-0 with a 1.46 ERA. Only 4 home runs allowed in 18 starts here at Daikin Park. Cy Young year for Dallas Keuchel.
Christian Yelich, the batter. Yelich takes a fastball for a strike. Yelich has been on base twice with a single and a walk. Pitch down and in for a ball, 1-1. Our statistician extraordinaire, Phil Boudreau, often gives us notes before every series, and he gives us comps. This guy played here with this guy. He goes back to Alaskan Summer League at times. Christian Yelich, he had noted, played in the minor leagues with our pre- and post-game analyst Brian Bogusevic.
There you go.
In New Orleans. Bogey and Yelich were teammates back in the Marlins system. That's down and in, 2-2. Bogey hosted with Esch after our game today. Yelich with a 2-2 count. Yelich broke into the big leagues with the Marlins back in 2013. First year in pro ball was 2010. Down on strikes. Blue ball picking up a strikeout. AJ now with his second strikeout, 2 outs in the inning.
Brought the fuel at the top. Astros can now stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite needed. Log on to SCHN Plus to purchase the app directly. Already have Space City Home Network? You can download the app to access the content at no additional cost.
Jackson Chourio taking a pitch off the plate. Chourio made it a 1-run game with a base hit on an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the 5th inning. This ball in the air to right. Cam Smith twisting around, has it lined up. That's a good inning for AJ Blueball. 1-2-3 7th. He has retired 6 of the 7 batters he has faced here in 2 innings of shutout baseball. Astros lead it 6-2. Time for the 7th inning stretch, presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free 24/7 confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741.
Taylor Trammell leading off, bottom half of the 7th inning. Taylor with an RBI his last time up. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. See, that's listed as a single right now in the 5th inning. For Taylor's sake, he might want to get one more hit just in case to keep the hitting streak alive. That play might be reviewable later on. But for now, he's got a 9-game hitting streak. If it doesn't turn into a fielder's choice, it's 1-1 on Trammell. Taylor sends this one into center, falling quickly, and it's caught by Garrett Mitchell for the first out of the 7th inning. Now Isaac Paredes will be the hitter. Paredes really separated this game, turned a 2-run lead into a 4-run lead with a 2 RBI double his last time up. Nobody warming in the Astros bullpen. It looks like AJ Blueball may be asked for a 3rd inning of work, as he's been very good in his first 2 innings. Isak with that double is now sitting at 499 career hits. His next hit will put him in a club as the 10th Mexican-born player with 500 or more major league hits. Out of the count here, 1-2.
Rodriguez has really gone to that changeup quite a bit. He's getting some good swing and miss from it.
Another full count to Paredes is 3-2.
And a good job by Isak. He swung and missed at that pitch earlier in the at bat. Took that one to get to that 3-2 count.
Astros and Brewers playing a 3-game weekend series. Milwaukee winning the opener 5-4 last night. Astros lead this one 6-2. Tomorrow, Tatsuya Imai and Jacob Mizorowski. Game starting at 1:10. Will be on the air at 12:30. That's a game that I'm really interested to see what this looks like. I've never seen a pitch thrown at 104 or 105 miles an hour before.
I think I can fit into that same seat. Never seen that. I've seen, I remember Ubaldo Jimenez came up into the game and he was throwing 101 and we were just like, what in the world for a starting pitcher? So you saw some consistent heat, but 104. And to see it that consistently throughout the game is going to be another level tomorrow.
Really good plate appearance there for Isak to draw a walk, his 20th walk of the year. And so stay tuned. Either come out to the ballpark here at Daikin to see it live or check us out on SCHN tomorrow. The Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, averaging 14 strikeouts per 9 and also holding hitters to a batting average around 150. Going to be a tough customer. Cam Smith fouls one away. Cam 1 for 3. Single and a run scored. Pitch down, 2-1. Mizorowski has got 4 pitches clocked at 104 this year. And just came off a start where he threw 57 of 100 or better. I mean, nobody threw that hard, as you said, when you played, but when a guy did throw hard like that, Ubaldo Jimenez or whoever it might have been.
Like the Kyle Farnsworths that were at 98.
What's the approach? I mean, you go with the same bat.
Quick.
Yeah, just stay
be quick. Get the foot down on time and be quick. Don't get to that, that big load where you're really separating from the, your upper half from lower half. You just got to be quick. Make sure that foot is down on time.
Cam sends this one high in the air into left center field.
Coming in to make stuff that you got to worry about.
Yeah. Churio makes the play for out number 2.
Trivia answer powered by Reliant to our trivia question. Which Astros Hall of Famer finished his career with Milwaukee in 1977? That is Jimmy Wynn. Played 36 games for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's got his number hanging in the rafters here at Daikin Park.
Gallen gets his second at bat. Braden Shoemake had to leave the game due to groin injury, so Allen taking over, struck out his first time up. Nick sends this one into right center field. Garrett Mitchell will make the play for the final out of the inning. 1 walk, 1 left on. We're through 7 here at Daikin Park. Still a 6-2 Astros lead.
At Coca-Cola, make sure to get a Pride Night basketball jersey add-on while supplies last. Learn more at astros.com/pride. TK.
All right, Lauren, on we go to the 8th inning. A.J. Blueball back out there for more, trying to go as deep as he's gone in any outing this year. His longest outing is 2 1/3 innings. That came in his first relief appearance of the season against the Angels back on opening day, March 26th. But he's got 2 innings under his belt. Actually, he did have 1 outing at Boston where he went 3 2/3. So this would be his longest home outing if he goes more than 2 1/3. His pitch count right now is at 31 as he faces the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Nobody warming up in the Astros bullpen. That's a 3-pitch strikeout. Blue ball getting it done, getting their best hitter Terang to start the 8th.
Not exactly messing around, is he? 3 straight fastballs.
AJ with a strikeout in every inning, and now facing William Contreras. And he misses the first pitch fastball. Contreras knocking in one of the 2 runs for the Brewers with an RBI double his first time up. Sends this one to right, pretty well hit. Cam Smith on the move, still back there, and he makes the nice running catch. He'll jump up on the wall to make it look a little better. That's out number 2 for Cam.
Some style points out there for Cam. Contreras had hopes of getting at over the head of Cam, but not able to do it. Just a leisurely jaunt and then a chest bump of the wall.
A new career high 8 putouts for Cam Smith. He's been busy.
Keep testing him. He's going to keep adding up.
There you go. Corner outfielder's blummer. Nobody does it better.
And we've been lucky enough to watch him get to that point. It's been fun.
People used to wear gold crowns out there for King Tut. They may need to wear some gold gloves to show off for Cam Smith out there in the right field section.
That would be fun.
Because he's on his way to winning one this year the way he's playing. Well, A.J. Blueball just filling up the zone this inning. And that is going to be a 3-pitch strikeout of Jake Bauers. Blueball strikes out Terang to start the inning, Bauers to end the inning, and filled up the zone in the 8th with a 6-2 lead. Of today's Chevy Straw Poll, we asked you which free agent or trade find of recent past is your favorite pitcher, and Colin McHugh gets almost half of the votes today, 49%. Good votes for all 3. Will Harris, Brad Peacock as well. Thanks to those who voted in today's Straw Poll. Bottom of the 8th inning, Jake Myers leads off as Matt Murphy going with just 1 reliever today. Carlos Rodriguez has been in there since 1 out in the 5th as he continues to pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 pitch and 1 out as Myers flies to center. He's now 2 for 4 today. Great job by A.J. Blueball. 8 pitches, 8 strikes in a 1-2-3 8th. Blueball goes 3 shutout innings today. The Astros will turn the ball over in the 9th inning either to Logan Van Wy or to Nate Pearson, depending on if the Astros added their score. It would be Van Wy. If not, it'll be Pearson here in a 6-2 game. They are both warming up as Vasquez takes a strike. It's 0-1. You see the double barrel righty action. No word on when Josh Hader will be activated, although he is around and went back-to-back outings his last 2 appearances for AAA Sugarland. So Maybe we'll see him when the Pirates are in town beginning on Tuesday.
Well, he still has a couple of old buddies in that other dugout for Milwaukee. Spent some time with that ball club and that organization. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him back out there.
You mentioned it earlier how the bullpen has been pitching better as a whole lately, and a lot of that has to do with the starters going deeper. But then you add a Hader to the mix, and everybody kind of slots back into different roles, and that just improves your bullpen all the way through.
Completely. Yeah, you get your closer back, and then all of a sudden you get maybe getting Brian Abreu back in a comfortable spot in that setup role maybe changes the trajectory of his season. Then you start to have a couple more options. Instead of having to wait to use King later in the game, maybe you use him earlier in some key matchups.
King, Okert, De Los Santos have all done phenomenal jobs closing out games at various points. Okert doesn't get many ninth innings, but he's done great work working the hardest of anybody in there in terms of games pitched. That's the second out of the inning as Vasquez flies to right. He's now 1 for 4. Now a word from Reliant.
Reliant, official energy provider of the Houston Astros.
The other thing that does for you, it gives you a third lefty, Okert, King, and Hader. And King is so different in that he is tougher on righties than lefties that Joe still uses him a lot against lefties. But when you have a third option for a lefty, even if he's a closer, you might see Brian King face more right-hand hitters moving forward.
You could.
Now Jeremy Pena going after the first pitch. JP 2 for 4 today. So Hader, Altuve, Hunter Brown, all names that we are watching get closer and closer to making their returns from the injured list. Joey Loperfido also in that group. Joe's happy not to be leading the league in IL stints right now. The Astros are somewhere around 5th or 6th on that list, but they were leading the way for most guys on the IL for a while. 1 run so far against Carlos Rodriguez. It came in the very first inning he pitched when Taylor Trammell reached, and then Isaac Paredes doubled him home. Pitch home's a strike, and it's 3-2. That's a little tapper. JP's going to test those wheels again, and what a play, but it's low, and JP's going to end up with his 3rd hit of the day. Hit number 3 for number 3.
Had to use those wheels to get this one. Just tapped it down that third baseline. A great job by Hamilton to come in and barehand this and even make an attempt. Vaughn not able to go out there and get the pick. So that'll be an infield knock for Jeremy Pena.
That'll give you
9.6 feet per second.
What do we have? 29.6?
29.6.
Okay. JP's in a good little competition right now with Cam Smith for the fastest Astro. They like to go back and forth. JP's the former fastest sprint speed guy on the Astros, but right now Cam Smith's times have been slightly better in 2026. 29.6 won't hurt JP though.
Not at all.
So Jordan gets a 5th at bat. He's got a double. He smashed one off the wall at 115.1 for a single his last time up. He's 2 for 4. And there's a strike called. Only the 4th hit allowed by Rodriguez. Overall, the Astros, actually the 5th hit allowed. I keep forgetting that Trammell ground ball was ruled a hit. 5th hit allowed by Rodriguez. The Astros up to 11 hits in the game.
I think Trammell's going to ask you to stop talking about it.
That's going to be a foul ball. Jordan will get another swing down in the count now, 1-2. Jordan ball last time on the single almost ended up over the yellow line. He hit it so low and so hard and almost crept up high enough to get over that line.
Try to hit it through it.
That was ridiculous.
That was.
Counts full.
76 pitches for Rodriguez out of the pen. That is doing some heavy lifting.
That's going to be ball 4. Jordan will draw a walk. 39th walk issued to Jordan Alvarez, and there is Pat Murphy. That is enough for Carlos Rodriguez today. So they'll go back to their bullpen. You see Rodriguez last worked on Sunday, so he was working with 5 days rest, but throws a lot of pitches today, 77 in all. Jake Woodford will be on with 2 outs in the 8th.
Coverage of the Wire Cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy. Fun Saturday afternoon here at the ballpark. Christian Walker is going to come out and face a new pitcher, and there he is, right-hander Jake Woodford. 13 games, 19 innings. That ERA at 6.16. His whip at 1.74. He's got quite a few pitches. The average velocity on that fastball is between 93 and 94 miles an hour. Opponents hitting .317 against him this season.
Christian Walker, the first batter he will face. Walker looking to get on the board here with a hit and an RBI. He's 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch today. Pena with the infield hit. Jordan Alvarez with the walk. They're your base runners with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Woodford delivers wide for a ball, 2-0. Jake Woodford, longtime Cardinals, also pitched with the White Sox, the Pirates, the Diamondbacks, and now in his first year with the Brewers. Good buddy and high school teammate of Kyle Tucker's. Now behind in the count 3-0, and there you can see the numbers lefty versus righty have been rather dramatic this year. Left-hand hitting Taylor Trammell is on deck with a 3-0 count to Walker. Sends this ball into right field pretty deep. Bauer's back. He'll watch this one go. Another 3-run shot for Christian Walker. Home run number 16. RBIs 41, 42, and 43 for Seawalk.
Skywalker in flight. Pew! Afternoon delight. Going out there getting some of his, and he got a fastball down, let that ball travel, put a sweet swing on it, and shot that out to right field at 348 feet. Astros putting 3 on the board. Jeremy loving the trot around the bases.
He's got his share of 3-run home runs this year.
Yeah, he does.
That helps you get to 43 runs batted in game number 60 on the season. Taylor Trammell taking a pitch down for a ball. It's a 1-1 count. So the Astros busting it open now 9-2. That means that Nate Pearson has sat down, and we'll see Logan Van Wy pitch the 9th inning and try and get that handshake line started. Trammell with a count of 1-2.
Kind of interesting. The Astros getting 9 runs on 3 3-run innings.
There you go.
Kind of cool.
This is a game baseball made out of threes. There's threes everywhere, including today's scoreboard for the Astros. Nine runs, 12 hits. Trammell down in the count 1-2. Goes down on strikes here. Jake Woodford gets the final out of the inning, but not before giving up a 3-run home run to Christian Walker. Astros getting 3 after 2 outs and nobody on. Lead this game 9-2. Baseball on SCHN is presented by Shoppers. Come see why we are your Houston area John Deere tractor experts. By TxDOT. Buckle up day and night in every seat. Click it or ticket. And by Steve Lee. Car or truck accident? Call attorney Steve Lee at 713-CALL-LEE.
Carlos Correa, Mandalorian bobblehead. Pull that mask off and reveal that it's Carlos Correa. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about Logan Van Wy. This will be a second stint with the Astros. Getting recalled a couple of days ago, getting an opportunity here. 19 games in AAA, 7.20 ERA. But in the time he's been with the Astros, he's pitched a couple of innings and it has not allowed an earned run. And has 0 walks and 3 strikeouts in that time.
Pitched twice in that Red Series in Cincinnati and went an inning apiece in each of those games. And he is throwing strikes here to Andrew Vaughn, who is 2 for 3 today, has a third of the Brewers' 6 hits. Single in the second and a single in the 6th. And Wy facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters and delivers wide with that sweeper. It's 1-2.
On our review, that was just a bit outside.
There you go.
Late Bob Uecker.
That's a pop-up that should stay playable. Christian Walker drifts into foul territory, puts it away for 1 out of the 9. Astros trying to even up this series at a game apiece against Milwaukee, a team coming in having won 16 of their last 20, the best mark in baseball since May the 6th. Now Garrett Mitchell, the batter. Mitchell fouls one back. Good crowd today on a Saturday afternoon. 32,115 on a Star Wars day. I gotta think there'll be a few extras on hand tomorrow just to see Jacob Mizorowski.
I think so.
Mizorowski, yeah, it's a unique pitcher. If you think back in the day, who's the hardest thrower, and you want to go see a Nolan Ryan or a J.R. Richard or any of the fuel throwers, Randy Johnson through the years. This is the guy that throws harder than anybody else in baseball. Mason Miller gets it up there every once in a while, but not like this guy who starts and throws pitches every inning at 100+.
Yeah, consistently.
How about Van Wy? 2 quick outs here in the 9th inning.
The next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Talk a little bit more about that matchup. You're going to see Tatsuya Imai take the mound, fresh off starting that 6 hitless combined no-hitter in Texas. And there he is, Mizorowski. 100K major league leader, 123 opponent average on the road. But I'm with you in the sense that we love it when people watch the games on TV because it makes us feel good about our work. But at the same time, one of the things that I think I have a tough time telling people.
On the strike, the batter's challenging.
Gary Sanchez in here to pinch hit, is going to challenge this pitch. Big spot.
The strike.
Big miss.
Milwaukee's got one left.
Big spot, big miss. Interrupting my story for that? You kidding me? But until you actually see the speed of baseball in person, that's when you really get a good idea of how fast and how quick and how good and how twitchy these guys are.
Call the strike without him challenging.
Gary does not want you to tell your story.
It's a strike, Gary.
He's like,
go away.
he's like, we had 2 left. I'm going to use them all until I start to swing.
It's a strike. Milwaukee's out of challenging.
Go ahead, continue your story.
Well, if you stay at home, even Murph's got to laugh at that one. Oh, man. But, yeah, it's hard to translate the speed of the game when you're watching it on TV. If you have a chance to see something like that, challenge it. Oh, wait, there's no more. Oh.
Gary Sanchez having trouble translating the speed live. Because he's seen 2 strikes and didn't believe it.
Yeah, but I'm with you. It'll be fun to watch Mizrowski go about his business, because we've seen plenty of video and plenty on TV.
And I'm also, you know, obviously we're focusing on the fuel thrower, but I'm also curious how Imai bounces back after 6 no-hit innings and seeing if that was a lift for his season.
I agree. Constantly talking about building off that previous start. That was a good one to build off of. Way to go.
Logan Van Wy throwing one by Gary Sanchez. And the Astros win it 9-2 to take the middle game of this 3-game series. Astros continue to play good baseball here over the last couple of weeks.
They are playing good baseball, and you know what? I'm actually pretty proud of their resilience. That was a tough loss in a winnable game yesterday, but they bounced back today and play even better, putting up 12 hits, 9 runs. They got great pitching from Lambert to start this game, and credit A.J. Blueboff for filling in the space in between, too.
Final 3 outs from Logan Van Wy. He starts the handshake line. We'll have the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger with Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic. Lauren Callender helping out with interviews in the clubhouse and on the field as well. Postgame show starts next.